Hello everyone, my name is ShardEye, and today I'm going to be bringing you a slightly different video than what you probably are used to if you follow my channel. Now for those of you that follow Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you will probably know that the new DLC, the first DLC for Black Ops 3, is being released to PS4 on February 2nd, so right around the corner, it's next Tuesday. And with that comes the new map, the Iron Dragon, also known as Der Eisendrache. I'm sorry if I totally messed that up, that's the best I can possibly do, I don't speak German. Now what you might not know about me is that I have been following the backstory that lies behind all of the Call of Duty Zombies maps for quite some time now, and there's been some interesting projections of where this future DLC season is going to take us, which maps we're going to visit, what's going to happen to these characters, because if you follow it you would know that at the end of the previous Call of Duty Black Ops 2 there was quite a big cliffhanger that left everyone scrambling to try to figure out what's going on. And so far with the first two maps of Black Ops 3 out, we haven't really been given all that much to explain everything that's been going on. So with all that being said, today I would like to bring you a theory that I just came up with today. It's actually based on quite a bit of information that's been dug up by the community and Easter eggs within the games. Now the first thing that I would like to bring to everyone's attention is a cipher that was found on the map The Giant that was decoded, should be on your screen right now, and after decoding it, it reads, "The mountain must be searched for the frozen one." Now one interesting thing to point out is that this was actually found and decrypted before the announcement of Der Eisendrache, so we knew that it was probably going to have something to do with future DLC, but we didn't know anything at all about it. So we now know that the mountain is more than likely the mountain in the new Zombies map that's coming out on the 2nd. What we don't know is who the frozen one is. Now there's been a lot of speculation on the internet, many videos with a bunch of different theories, and today I would like to bring you mine. Now before we go into my theory, I would also like to mention that this theory that I have could actually point towards some of the future DLC maps also, and kind of give us a general idea of possibly the ending of this game's DLC season. Now the first thing that I would like to share with you guys is the NIKOLAI's Memories video, which was released by Treyarch in the middle of December. So let's roll the clip.
It is said that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I feel differently. Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul.
Now there's plenty more to this full video. If you want to watch the whole thing, there'll be a link in the description, but for the purposes of this video, this is really all that we need to look at. Now what's interesting is that Treyarch decided to take one specific character only for the release of this new trailer. When this trailer first came out, there were a lot of people that put videos on YouTube trying to figure out what exactly it meant, what NIKOLAI is talking about throughout it, because he talks about losses and eventually he ties it back to the children in the room, so it moves the story forward a little bit. But for the purpose of this video, I want to focus only on the fact that Treyarch decided to choose NIKOLAI to be featured in this video as an advertisement for the new upcoming DLC. It's also going to be fairly important that you remember the part about him saying that regret can consume someone so deeply that it will blacken their heart and swallow their soul. Alright, now before we can continue with this theory, we have to address the fact that in the Call of Duty Zombies storyline, there are multiple universes with multiple versions of each of our characters, as you can tell from all of the previous Call of Duty Zombies maps. Now with so many different universes, it's entirely possible that our characters are going to bump into other versions of themselves, like Richtofen does in the very first trailer for the zombie map, The Giant. Now I'm sure many of you have already seen this clip, but I'll play it for you again just to refresh your memory.
Damn it, Richtofen! I thought we were done with this! What can I say, Dempsey? Things change. Only a fool would dare to change history! I am no fool. What I do only to secure a better tomorrow.
Alright, now there's two things that you need to have just noticed in order for us to move forward. Number one, which is something that a lot of YouTubers have picked up on, is the shot right now of Richtofen, the newer version of him, the one from the Origins map. He has these vials of blood, we can only assume they're blood, strapped to him. That's going to be important in just a second. And the second thing, which the characters will actually discuss through in-game dialogue as you play the zombies map The Giant, is that after Richthofen kills himself, he leans over the body and the other characters can't quite see exactly what he's doing, and neither can we, quite frankly, from the video. Now, my theory is that when Richthofen kills himself, he goes over to the body to collect a blood sample. Now, we don't know exactly why Richthofen would want to collect his own blood sample, but I have a pretty good idea that I'm going to give you in just a few moments. But first, I would like to go back just a step and talk about how there might be other versions of the other three characters somewhere within either this universe or other universes. If Richthofen is collecting blood samples of himself, he may also be looking to collect blood samples of the other versions of the three characters that he's traveling with. Now, it's my theory that throughout the next couple of DLCs, we're going to be searching for the other versions of the other three characters and collecting blood samples in order to lead up to some finale. I'm not entirely sure what we would need blood samples for, but if I had to venture a guess, I would say that they're probably collecting blood samples for some form of ritual that has to take place in order to reconcile all of the wrong that happened from the events at Origins and forward. And I believe that the character they are going to be searching for in Der Eisendrache is NIKOLAI. Now, the first bit of evidence that I want to share with you guys you've already seen, which is the barcode found on the Giant. It clearly suggests that our characters are going to the mountain to search for the Frozen One. Now, at this point you might be thinking, yeah, they might be going to look for another character to kill, and yes, NIKOLAI was featured in the trailer, but there may not necessarily be a connection there. And to help try to tie all of this together, we actually have to go all the way back to Origins. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the map, you probably also know about the staffs of the different elements. Now, NIKOLAI, in his dialogue in the game, happens to mention quite a lot about one staff in particular. He names it as his favorite staff in multiple instances of dialogue, and that staff is the Ice Staff. Now, what I would like to suggest is that NIKOLAI had the Ice Staff at the end of Origins, and at that point, something happened that filled him with regret, darkened his soul, or swallowed his soul, darkened his heart, and he became evil in a sense with the power of ice. Now, if all that were true, it could be possible that eventually someone would end up calling him the Frozen One. You know, someone who's been iced over in a sense and who also literally has the power of ice. And this fits well with our theory that all the characters are going around hunting down the other versions of themselves. They're going to this mountain to find the Frozen One, who is NIKOLAI, in order to collect his blood in preparation for this final ritual that may be happening in the final DLC. Alright guys, well thanks for watching this video. It took quite a bit more time than most of my other videos to edit it all together and make it interesting for you guys, because I know some of these theory videos can get kind of boring. Feel free to leave a comment if you agree or disagree with this theory, and like the video if you enjoyed watching. Now, I don't normally do theory videos like this, but if we can hit 20 likes on this video, I'll consider doing another one. If you're new to the channel, I upload video game commentary daily, so if you want to subscribe, go right ahead. There's plenty more where this one came from. Anyway guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day.